What is up, everybody? How are y'all doing today? My name is Arif, and this is your Daily Chat Season 5, Episode 5 for January the 13th, 2020. Guys, we're finally through it. It is done and dusted. CES 2020 is now officially in the bag. So, what were the biggest winners? Well, there are a few things I didn't end up covering, and I've been caught up in AGDQ this last week too. AGDQ 2020 absolutely killing it this year with $3.x million, man. They just blew it up. But let's go back. Let's rewind all the way back to Friday. Let's get the hell out of the picture. Let's go back all the way to Friday, and let's take a look at what are the few things that I missed that are actually of worth mentioning on this stream. Mind you, CES is a big convention, okay? It takes up the entirety of, I think it's the Las Vegas Convention Center. It is enormous. There's a reason why it runs for 4 days or 5 days. It is a big thing, and there's no way you'd ever actually get to see everything in enough detail for you to be able to talk about it. But in terms of things I care about, what do I care about? I care about consumer electronics in terms of TVs and sound. I care about cameras. I care about streaming. Yeah, that's basically it. Anything car related, I wait for the SEMA Auto Show. So in terms of that, here are the few things that I missed. TCL unveiled the Alto 9 Plus soundbar, Roku ready. That's pretty cool and all. But the thing is, though, it supports Dolby Atmos. Soundbars are one of these things I remember when they first came out. I remember watching a soundbar on the Discovery Channel way back in like 2001, 2002. It was back there, and it was made by Yamaha, and I remember it was like, this is going to revolutionize sound. And I saw how big the drivers were. They were like, little tiny dial, like tweeter kind of style. And I looked, I'm like, that is going to flop horribly, and I don't know why anyone would ever want this. And mind you, at that time, I was doing car audio sales. So I actually thought I knew what I was talking about. I don't know what I'm even talking about now. I sure as heck didn't know back then, okay? But soundbars have blown up. I have a soundbar now. I have an LG SL4, and I gotta tell you, man, the sound out of those things is absolutely incredible. And it's at the point where I'm considering switching out my 2 Logitech speakers here for a soundbar. And the reason why I bring this up is because this TCL Alto 9 Plus might be the exact thing that I go for. With it supporting Dolby Atmos, I get that situational temporal sound. And it's, I am all in, Billy. Absolutely 100%. I am all in for a Dolby Atmos soundbar. Because the good thing about TCL is they are known for making their stuff cheap. And if it's cheap, that means I can afford it. And if I can afford it, that means I can have it. So that is the thing I'm looking for. Of course, with it being a Roku, quote unquote, a Roku TV enabled thing, you're going to get all the integrations, Apple streaming and Plex and all that other crap. But the main thing is, though, Dolby Atmos support. TCL means it's cheap. We're all in, baby. Let's go for it. Yo, Till, what is happening, man? How are you doing? Going over CES, talking about the few things that I missed that are worth still talking about. The other big thing that came out of CES was the Alienware UFO. For those of you that don't remember what that is, that's the Nintendo Switch PC handheld knockoff. That's right. If you love the Switch and you've always wanted to play your Steam games, boom, Alienware and Dell have got you covered. You can now play all that stuff on the UFO. And like I said way back when I covered this on like Tuesday, I have no idea how Dell and Alienware are getting away with this. I don't have a clue. Everything about this. Look at this. Look at this right here. The second picture, okay? This is the Pro Controller from a Nintendo Switch. This is 100% a knockoff. How on earth did they get the permission? How on earth did they not get sued into oblivion when they unveiled this? How did they not get slammed with a lawyer cease and desist? Everything about that Everything about that is a Nintendo Switch. I don't know like how they're getting away with it, and I look very curious. I'm very curious to watch this unfold and see, is there a partnership? There's always that we modified it enough for it not to be the same thing, but that looks awfully switchy to me. Like, I don't know, man. Maybe if the judge is like a million years old and is blind as a bat, he may be able to not see it, but I see it, man. It's pretty obvious you copied the Switch. But we don't know what the exact specs are yet that's contained within the Alienware UFO, but we are all going to be watching to see, because realistically, it's probably going to be using Intel integrated graphics. It's probably going to use a modern Intel, so maybe it's going to have an Intel 9000 or 10,000 CPU. It's going to be good. There's no doubt about it, but how long is it going to be available? If you want one, I highly advise you grab it while you can before Nintendo comes to take them all away, like George Lucas in the Star Wars Christmas special movies. Okay, grab it while you can, because we don't know how long it's going to be around. Nintendo only cares about piracy now. Yeah, Nintendo cares about all things, and this doesn't look like piracy, but I don't know, man. I don't know. That's a thing right there. That's a thing. So one of the big things, and I cannot believe I missed this on day one. In fact, in all honesty, I know I had it loaded up, and then I closed the tabs and just totally forgot about it. But Elgato, owned by Corsair now, unveiled 2 new products. They have been really just rapid firing, releasing these things like crazy. Every big event, they have 1 or 2 new products every single time. Sometimes it's things people don't even want, like the little Stream Deck Mini. No one asked for that. No one wanted it. But then they come out with the Stream Deck XL and everybody loves them. So what did they announce this year? Well, they announced the Elgato 4K 60S Plus capture card with SD card slot. That is absolutely fantastic. Now, I have an Elgato card. I'm not an Elgato guy. Okay, I have an HD 60 Plus. It's okay. I'm more of an Avermedia kind of guy. But that's not to take away from the quality that is the Elgato product line. They have quality built stuff. Just, I don't know why. Their capture cards seem to be a tiny bit on the finicky side for me. But I love the innovation that they do every single time that they come out with a new product. Love them or hate them for a number of reasons. But every single time that we have a big event, every single time they have a product release, they're always pushing the boundaries more and more. And I applaud them nonstop for that. Good on you, Elgato. So the 4K 60S Plus JQT, whatever we're going to call it now, we're going to call it the 60 Plus. The 60 Plus, this thing is good because you can plug it into your console and run the video capture to record to an SD card. That is amazing. That is useful for so many more things other than you running it from your console. That type of innovation is absolutely fantastic. That can be used when you are recording, when you're recording remotely, when you are having to do hot swaps on the side, any other kind of production situation. This is actually very, very handy because you know what? Carrying portable 2.5-inch hard drives, they are small, they're lightweight, but you put enough of them together, those hookers, they become some bulky things, man. Those are not always the best way to go. The little SD cards though, oh my god, I have them. Wow, I don't know why my voice cracked there. I have them all over my studio, like right here. I just moved a couple things. Here are 2. That's how small they are. And one of these is 64 gigs. Okay. And the other one is 8 gigs. That must be a spare kick around. But right there, okay? So 64 and 8, that's 72 gigabytes of data storage right there in my fingers. Not in my hand, in my fingers. This is what I love about this idea. Would I use this as my primary stream capture card? Probably not. Like I said, I'm an AverMedia capture card kind of guy, but am I going to get one of these? Oh, you bet I'm going to get one of these. 100%. That is a groundbreaking new innovation, and I applaud Corsair, I applaud Elgato for all of it. Now, what is the cost of these damn things? Because whenever they push new boundaries, they push new price points too. I have the price points pulled up around here somewhere. Here we go. So both new products are available immediately. The 60 plus is 400 euros. Or is that pounds? I'm pretty sure that's euros. No, that's pounds. That's British pounds. So it's 400 pounds, and then the Keylight Air is 130. What is the Keylight Air, you may ask? Inquisitively, inquiringly, wondering why I started talking this way all of a sudden. Speaking of Stream Deck, it now has K95 support. Yeah, that's another thing. So for those of you that don't know, the K95 keyboard has like little macro keys on the side like you used to have back in the early 2000s. The Stream Deck, which is this little device here, you can just barely see it in my camera. This little device, it can now support like buttons. It'll have Stream Deck buttons on the side. It's really cool. But from last time I remember the K95, it only had the one row. They used to have like 18 keys, and now they only have the one row. So if they went back to 18 keys, I'm interested. Only one row, don't care, not interested. But what is the Keylight Air, you might ask? Well, about a year ago, Elgato came out with the Keylights. These are LED lamps that shine down on you as a streamer to light you. Because most people don't want to go through what I did and install like actual lights. I installed like banks and banks of lights in this room. That's why I'm so well lit. But most people don't want to do that. They're in apartments. They can't modify rooms. That's cool. So Elgato came out with these lights, and the Keylights were a great success. The one downside was there's only one per box. Typically you need two, like this fool has here. So you need 2 lights. They only one to a box. It was not great. They clamped onto your desk, which was okay. They consumed about, I think, 45 watts, which, look, if you have high-power gaming machines, 45 watts is not anything. You aren't even registering 45 watts. You do not care. Till, I know, can attest to this. He's sucking down, I think, like 95 or like one something on his new Threadripper rig. He's sucking watts down like it's going out of style. So 45 watts, not a big deal. But now there's only 25 watts, which is crazy awesome. But yeah, so the Keylights came out, they clamped onto your desk, they were cool. Now, what's up with the Keylight Light or the Keylight Air? You now can just come with the stand. Boom. Stand. No more clamping to your desk. All you do, stand it up. It controls via the same Elgato app, and you're off and running. It has a lower lumens output, but it also has a lower power output. So now these only consume 25 watts versus the 45. But I think the lumens output is only 1400 versus like 28 or 2400. So it's a good technology. It's great for people who are wanting to stream and do like more professional production. This is perfect. This is absolutely awesome. And then what else was there? What else do we have? We had Sony saying that they're going to be they're going to be building their TVs with the PS5 in mind. That was very cool of an idea. And like I said, I wouldn't mind maybe seeing if they, chuck in a little CPU power if it can detect a PS5 versus an Xbox. Not sure if it's antitrust, but I'm just saying that'd be pretty neat. I'd be pretty into that. Other than that, guys, I think that is going to do it for this CES roundup. There was a lot of 8K televisions, too many 8Ks. All of them sound the same. There was a big thing about Samsung starting up its own 8K consortium because it doesn't like the real one that exists. So there's that. That's a whole hubbubaloo, but that's more politics and not important to this release cycle of products. It's important, just not today on this episode of Daily Chat. It will definitely be important tomorrow on tomorrow's episode of Daily. But guys, there you go. Hey, if you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are trying to get to 1,000 subscribers ASAP, and we want to get that. Like, I cannot describe how much we want to get that. We are moving. We're doing 2 steps forward, 1 step back almost every single day with the sub count. We want to get to 1,000 subs. Like, comment, share, and subscribe on these videos. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I've been Arif. This has been your Daily Chat, and I will see all of you tomorrow, same time, same place. Have a good night. Bye.